What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today I really wanted to discuss something, but before, look at my shirt. By the way, it's just a joke, so don't take it as if I'm actually supporting this political candidate. In this channel I never get political, so don't assume anything. But anyways, what I really want to talk about today is that everyone now is all of a sudden back on Warner Bros.'s back, going all out saying, you ruined Patty Jenkins' movie, you ruined this, you ruined that. And look, something us as film fans have done for years is when a movie is really good, we give all the credit to the director, and we rightfully so. Directors deserve all the credit when things go good. But whenever a movie does poorly, we don't blame a director. We just blame the studio. And most of us fans, we're guilty to a point where we make it seem like every bad movie is always going to be just a corporate movie. And everyone always has this assumption that if a movie is bad, it's not because a director had a bad day in the office, but it's because, the studio themselves meddled in with the project. The big corporate heads destroying the movie. And we're guilty of that. And I'm not saying that never happens. I mean, look at the Snyder Cut. I mean, of course it's happened before, where corporate meddles in so much to a point where it just ruins a movie. But for Wonder Woman 84, I'm sorry. I'm not going to just bash Warner Bros. Like everybody else. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bash Patty Jenkins. Patty Jenkins. She's in my top 5 favorite directors right now in Hollywood. She's one of my favorite directors in Hollywood. She's the best female director in Hollywood. And if I was a producer in Hollywood, one of the first directors I would think of in making my director is Patty Jenkins. Look at her Wonder Woman movie. Look at all her other movies. And now that she's in Cleopatra, she's gonna do Wonder Woman 3. Now she's also gonna be in that. She's also gonna direct that Star Wars Rogue Squadron movie. It's like she has so much potential. Lots of people are talking about her. She has so much history in her movies. I think she's one of the best directors in Hollywood right now. But regardless of that, I will blame her whenever things go south. And let's admit it, Wonder Woman 84 was a disappointment. Now, it's all a subjective opinion, but to me personally and to a lot of fans, this Wonder Woman 84 movie was a disappointment. To me, I thought it was a lot of terrible writing. It was a lot of flawed writing. It was nothing compared to that first film. And it's just that simple. And I constantly see people defending Patty Jenkins, saying, "Oh, it was Warner Bros.'s fault." Did you hear the article? How there was this article going out that said apparently Warner Bros. Wanted to remove the first Amazonian scene where she's in the Olympics, whatever they're called, or they wanted her to also delete the mall scene because they thought that her movie is running too long. And I'm not gonna lie, one of the problems of Wonder Woman 84 was the simple fact that, it did feel longer than it should have been. By the way, those wondering what my thoughts on the movie were, I thought it was a really disappointing movie. Do I like the movie? No, I thought it was an okay movie. It just could have been done so much better. But there's this article going out where everyone's like, "Oh my God, Warner Bros. Ruined Patty Jenkins' vision because they made her almost change up the movie." And I think she said something like, they wanted to take away either that first Amazonian Olympic scenes or they wanted to take away that mall scene. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I said this in my review before the news even came out, that I thought that first Amazonian scene felt like it didn't need to be there. It felt like it was just there just for the sake of bringing back those actors that were in that first movie. And I don't know. The mall scene also felt insanely cheesy. It's like the movie forgot that, it's like the movie wanted us to take it serious, but then you have scenes like the mall scene where you're there like, wait, so you want us to take you serious or do you want us to take you as a goofy, cheesy comedy? Because something a movie always has to understand is that us as the audience, we have to know what tone you're setting up. And when you have this goofy, cheesy scene, and then the whole movie you're having this serious situation about, how there's no shortcuts in life or something like that. Be careful what you wish for. Then it's like you're there like, what? What? And a lot of people have now been taking this as Warner Bros. Has been meddling in the movies. And I gotta say this. Every movie has something like that. In every movie ever made, there's always the studio talking to the director, being like, "You sure you want this?" It's like, "Can we change this up?" And I'm not gonna lie, Warner Bros. Is right, because that mall scene felt way too cheesy, and it kind of ruined the tone for me. That Amazonian scene felt very random. It felt like it didn't pay off whatsoever. I know a lot of people will use the excuse, "Oh, but it paid off for the ending's theme about, be careful what you wish for." And I'm thinking to myself, no, it didn't. You could have done that with you take away that scene, and that theme would have still have been in the movie. Regardless, it would have still been there. You could have still had that theme. I mean, remember, The Dark Knight, the movie is about chaos and control, and also anarchy, something like that. But you don't have to start off the movie having a young Bruce Wayne learn about how chaos is the enemy of the people. It's like, of course, it's like, you don't have to have that. You could have brought it in somehow. And yeah, the movie did go a little longer, and Warner Bros. Is right to be worried. And Warner Bros. Gave Patty Jenkins all the full control, but yet everyone's like, "Oh, Warner Bros. Once again meddled with Warner Media." No, they didn't. They gave Patty Jenkins all the tools that she needed and she wanted, and let her make the movie that she wanted. As much as I love Patty Jenkins for what she's done with that Wonder Woman movie, and as much as I love her as a director, we all have to accept she had a bad day in the office, she struggled, and she couldn't do this project. It's that simple. I don't understand why everyone has to make it, "Oh, Warner Bros." It's like everyone wants to paint a target behind Warner Bros.'s back. And yes, I am someone who always defends the directors, but if a director gives me a terrible movie, then I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say it. And, many people will sit here and tell me, "Oh, but it's been proven that Warner..." No, they didn't. There's no proof. There's no proof that Warner Bros. Actually meddled in. In fact, Patty Jenkins even came out months before the movie came out and said, "Hey, listen, Warner Bros. Gave me more creative freedom, and not only that, but they let her write this movie. That last movie, they didn't let her write it, but this one, they let her write it. And guess what? She struggled, and that's okay. Just learn from that mistake. But us as fans, we also have to put the blame on her. We have to we can't just say Warner Bros. Did this, Warner Bros. Did that, because for all we know, maybe Warner Bros. Meddled in, and Patty Jenkins wanted to make an even worse movie. I don't think that was the thing, but imagine that. And I can't stand how Warner Bros. Has now been seen as a scapegoat for everything. Like, anytime I talk to a fan that didn't like a movie, they say, "Oh, it's because the studio meddled in, and they didn't give the director..." No. There's been lots of times where directors have failed and have made terrible movies on their own. Not the studio, but the director. And I'll go back to the whole Sam Raimi Spider-Man 3 thing. When Spider-Man 3 came out, a lot of people defended Sam Raimi because they were like, "Oh, but Sony made him put Venom." Okay, then make a good movie with Venom. And if you can't, step down, let somebody else take it. Now, yes, I'm mad at Sony for forcing in Venom. But Sam Raimi, at the same time, if you felt uncomfortable with Venom, tell the studio that, "Hey, look, I can't do a movie with Venom, so I'm going to step down. You guys find a director who can handle a character like Venom." And so people are constantly like, "Oh, let's just ignore Spider-Man 3 from Sam Raimi's book because it wasn't his fault." Yes, it was. He made the movie. He's the one who chose to do all that. It's like, here's Venom. Make a good movie with Venom. And if you can't, then step down. That simple.